What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of In the Kitchen with Vincent. Y'all, I am so excited to get cooking today, and I'm cooking one of my favorites today. So, y'all, this one is a carnival fave, a childhood fave, a eat it whenever you can make it type of fave. Today, I'm going to be making a Mississippi Delta staple that you can find in the gas stations and like I said, at carnivals and things. Chicken on a stick. It's a meal on a stick and it's delicious, and I cannot wait to eat it and to make it for y'all today. So sit back and relax, and welcome to In the Kitchen with Vincent. Alrighty, folks, so I'm ready to get our chicken on a stick started. So I have 4 sticks sitting over here. I have 3 chicken breasts that I've cut into about 3-inch strips, about a ½ inch thick. I have 2 yellow onions chopped up into about 1-inch pieces, and I have 3 potatoes chopped up, and I have them chopped pretty thin as well. So what I'm going to start off with, I'm going to take some classic olive oil, and I'm just going to lightly oil those potatoes. And the reason I want to do that, I want to make sure I season those potatoes before I start the chicken on a stick assembly process, because I don't really want to be mixing my hands in the seasonings with the chicken and the potatoes. It's already going to be a lot assembling the potatoes and the chicken on a stick together, so I just make sure I season them separately. So I oil those potatoes down. I'm just going to lightly season it with some Tony's, just lightly to your preference. Hit it with some onion powder and just a little bit of black pepper. Right, and then you just take your hands and you just mix it in. No need to get all fancy, just mix it in well. Alrighty, now I'm going to wash my hands and we'll be right back. Alrighty, y'all, hands all clean now. So now I'm going to unwrap my chicken. And the seasonings that I'm going to season my chicken with, I have a 1.5 tablespoons of my favorite Creole seasoning, a tablespoon of lemon pepper, a tablespoon of ranch powder, I have a ½ tablespoon of black pepper, and a tablespoon of dry parsley flakes. And I'm just going to take that over my clean and cut up chicken, just toss that over, and then I'm just going to give it a good little mix with my hands. Make sure that it's really actually all well incorporated. That Tony's choked me up. Jesus. You know, you got to keep it real. That's what happens. That Creole seasoning, those spices can kick up in your nose, and if you know, it can choke you. So be careful. Cooker advisory. Cooker advisory is advised. The cook is advised. You know what I'm trying to say. Alrighty. So now our chicken is good and seasoned, and now I'm going to wash my hands one more time, and then we're going to start the assembly process, where obviously your potato and the chicken will be touching, but for me and my brain, it just makes sense to wash your hands in between. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, y'all, so now this is the point where you can grab the family, you can grab the kids, and you can actually make this a little family activity. And it's the chicken on a stick assembly process, and you can make it your own. You don't have to do it the way that I do it, but I can just talk you through the steps and like how I assemble them. So obviously you start with the skewer, and I always lay a nice little solid foundation of a good little strong potato. Get that potato, and I'm going to try to fill these to the very end. So I bring it within like an inch or so of the end. Then I get myself a good little sweet onion. Slide that sweet onion down in there. I got some pickles. Let me unwrap these pickles. And I slide 2 pickles on at a time. And you can do as much as you want to. This is your chicken on a stick. I'm just telling you how I like mine. So then I take a piece of chicken and hit I stab that chicken a couple of different times just so that I can make sure when it slides down, it's a nice little chunk of meat like that. And then I repeat that process until I get to the very end. So I won't belabor you with having to sit there and watch me make about 4 of these. But once I have that done, I will let you see what we're cooking with and what we're going to be getting ready for our batter before we drop it into the fryer. So 1 second and we'll be right back. Alrighty, y'all, so now we got our chicken on the sticks ready. So now it's time for that batter and flour moment before we hit the fryer. So as I said, we got our chicken on the sticks all ready and prepared. And right here I have 2 cups of buttermilk. So I'm going to toss them in our little batter bowl. And you want something long enough that you can lay your chicken on the sticks down in. And I have a half a cup of pickle juice, and that's essential, y'all, for that flavor. Half a cup of pickle juice and 2 tablespoons of hot sauce, whatever your favorite hot sauce is. And I'm going to season, actually I'm going to season the flour. And just to let you know, I have 3 cups of flour over here, and I have 2 tablespoons of your favorite Creole seasoning, 1 tablespoon of lemon pepper seasoning, and 1 tablespoon of black pepper. You're going to throw that into your flour. Alrighty, and we're going to give those a mix, and once I have those mixed in, we'll be right back. Alrighty, y'all, so now I got my liquid mix all mixed in and I got my seasoning mixed into my flour. And y'all, just to let you know, I have a pretty deep pot on the stove right now on medium heat that I'm allowing to heat up right now as I get the chicken on the sticks ready. But yeah, so now I'm going to take this flour and I'm going to toss it over in my large pan. And this is just so I have the length of the pan to really toss those chicken on the sticks over to make sure they get a nice even coating of flour. So how I do my chicken on the sticks, I take my liquid and I do 1 stick at a time. Take the stick and I submerge it in the liquid, give it a roll, making sure that that liquid hits it all over. And then we're going to drop it in this flour and give it a roll in that flour. And it's going to be a little messy. It's okay for it to be a little messy. Just make sure you're going to clean up afterwards. Awesome. And I just make sure it's fully hit on all sides, and coated all over. Awesome. It's going to look something like that. But we don't stop it there, folks. We give it a double dip. So then we take it again, we hit it in there, and that's when I take my spoon and just pour that liquid over your chicken on a stick just to make sure that you wet it all over. Then you give it a roll. Roll it, roll it, roll it to make sure that you wet it all over. Awesome. And once you got it wet all over, you pick it up and drop it in that flour again and give it a mix. Just make sure you fully cover it. And over here I just got my board with some saran wrap on it. And I'm just going to lay those chicken on the sticks as they come out. Just got to make sure this one's fully covered. And I always tap the bottom of that pan just to make sure I'm knocking that excess flour off. But I want to make sure that they're fully coated so you get that nice crunch on it. Awesome. And when you finish, you're going to look something like this. So I won't make you sit through and watch me have to do the other 3. But when we're done, you're going to meet me over by the fryer and we're going to get these cooking. Alrighty, y'all, so now we got our chicken on the sticks and we got our grease and it should be hot and ready to go. So we're going to start dropping them in one by one. And I just drop it in by the end there and just slowly drop it in and just let that tip fall in there. Yeah, it's good and hot. And I should be able to get at least 3 of these, if not all 4 in there. Righty, I got 3 of them in there. Wiggle it in. Alrighty, y'all, and just like that, we have our chicken on the sticks and they are ready. And y'all, so I actually ended up dropping my chicken on the sticks in the fryer for about 20 to 25 minutes just to make sure that they actually got that hard outer crust that I wanted. They started floating at around 10 to 15 minutes, but to get the actual desired color and the crunch that I wanted, I let them fry in the fryer for about 20 to 25 minutes. And y'all, I had some extra leftover onions and potatoes, so you know I had to coat them flour and drop them in the fryer as well, because we don't let nothing go to waste around here. So y'all, I also got some of that homemade, you know, that chicken spot that I'm not about to drop the name. I made some of that homemade sauce. We're gonna have some ketchup and some white bread, but you know, have whatever you want with your chicken on the sticks. Hot sauce, ranch, blue cheese, barbecue sauce, whatever is your flavor. Do what you want to do. It's your chicken on the sticks. But y'all, I'm so blessed and grateful that y'all have joined me in the kitchen for yet another episode of In the Kitchen with Vincent. Y'all, this chicken on the stick is smelling so good and I'm ready to dig in. So thank you for sticking around, and I hope you stick around for many more episodes to come. Have a blessed one, y'all.